Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing my foundation collection slash declutter. I have a lot of foundations and it's just time to go through them and pass them along if I'm not using them and bring the ones out that I need to use up. So that's what I'm going to show you guys today. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this little container first, and then I'll move on to the rest of these foundations that are in front of me. So the first one I have in here is the Revlon Color Stay Foundation. I bought this a while back because I thought that it was comparable to the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, which I actually like and I'll show in just a little bit here. I hear people say that this is kind of like the drugstore version of that, but to be honest with you guys, I don't like this as much as I do the Double Wear. I feel like the finish of this on my skin is just weird. So I think that I will pass this along. I did get a bunch of shades because it was buy one get one half off at the time. So I think that I picked up 4 of them. I don't know where the other one is, but I have 3 of them here. I have Sand Beige, Early Tan, and Buff. And I kind of mixed them all together to get my perfect shade. But like I said, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass those along now just because I don't really gravitate towards that foundation. Obviously, I haven't used it in a while, so someone out there I'm sure will like it and can make you use out of it. And then the next set of foundations I have in here are multiples. What is up with me and multiples of the same foundation? I don't know. These were on a mega great sale, so I picked up tons of them thinking that they would be great for my freelance kit, but I don't really use them that often. It is a good foundation. It's very lightweight, it's sheer, it's very blendable. Not like the product is actually sheer, but it can sheer out really well, so it's very blendable. So this is actually really great for highlighting and contouring using like a cream product or a foundation. This is really great for that. That's why I have some darker shades in here, like 310 and 315. But I think I'm definitely gonna pass some of these along. I don't need them all, and I have so many in here, it is ridiculous. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Who needs 9 of the same foundations? I mean, really. All right, these next 2 are a little bit more higher end. And this is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus. If you guys have watched my channel for a while, this is one of my favorite foundations and I used to talk about it all the time. This will never ever leave my collection because it's just one of those foundations that it's not a luminous dewy finish, but it's not a matte finish. It's that perfect satin natural finish that is perfect if you have dry skin and you want more of a matte look without looking matte. This foundation is like my go-to for that. It's also a really good foundation to mix with more luminous foundations to add a little bit more coverage. I love this foundation and I definitely recommend it to you guys if you've never tried it out. I know there are so many foundations on the market now that I feel like this one kind of gets lost, but it honestly is such a good foundation. And I've heard people with oily skin really like this too. So Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus will always be in my collection. This next foundation is from the drugstore. This is the L'Oreal Visible Lift Serum Absolute with advanced anti-aging, retinol A, and vitamin C. I feel like a lot of younger people would just kind of bypass this foundation and never take a second look at it, but this is a great foundation for someone that has more drying skin or, of course, aging skin. This gives a beautiful satin to luminous finish. This isn't glowy by any means, it just leaves your face very comfortable and hydrated and just healthy looking. I did use quite a bit of it, so I was really impressed by it. I'm gonna bring this one back out and start using it again because I did remember liking that one a lot. The next foundation I'm actually a little bit embarrassed to even talk about because it was $100. It's the Lumiere Cream Foundation, Treatment Cream Foundation. So I actually purchased this a long time ago when I was having a lot of skin issues, and I came across this brand by researching different skincare. I purchased some of the Lumiere skincare and then this foundation. And I honestly wasn't impressed with anything that I bought. Everything was so thick and rich, but didn't give me any skin benefits. So I just really wasn't impressed. The consistency of this foundation alone is a very thick foundation. So basically when you look at it in the tube and go to apply it, it looks like, seriously, like a cream, like a very thick night cream. And then when you go to blend it out, it just becomes very sheer and doesn't add any coverage to your face, or my face at least. So I just really wasn't impressed with it, especially for $100. It just wasn't anything that I expected or hoped for. I definitely was a little bummed about this foundation because it was so expensive and I really didn't like it. I tried it so many different ways and I just was never impressed. So I would say save your money and don't purchase this. So I made it through my first container of foundations. This is just a little concealer in here that I just found, but I'm not going to mention it because we're talking about foundations. So now I'm just going to go ahead and move on to a couple foundations that I have just sitting right here in front of me. The first one is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation Stick. I just recently did a whole first impressions on this foundation and I have been blown away by this foundation. I love it. It's definitely holy grail status for me now. I will link my full first impression / demo down below for you guys in case you want to check it out. This color is perfect. This is Y245. It gives a beautiful, just absolutely flawless finish on the skin and it lasts throughout the day. Definitely check this one out if you haven't yet. I have dry skin and I think it's amazing. I personally didn't think that people with oily skin would like it, but in my first impressions video, a lot of people that had oily skin said that they really liked it. So if you have oily or dry skin, I would definitely recommend it to you, that you just give it a try at least. And then the next foundation right here, I actually haven't even busted into. It's kind of like the sister foundation of the stick formula. This is the liquid version though. So this is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover just foundation instead of stick foundation. So this is what it looks like. Like I said, I haven't even used it yet, so I can't tell you if it's good or not, but the shade that I got was Y245. And yeah, I got Y245 in this one too. So if you guys want to see a first impressions on this one or a review once I try it out, let me know in the comments, but I'm excited to play with that one. Then this next foundation I mentioned in my yearly favorites video. This is the Makeup Forever. This is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation and I have it in the shade Light Beige. Amazing foundation. I love it. I have a full review. I'll link it down below in case you guys want to see it. And then the last one I have sitting here in front of me is the CoverFX Custom Cover Drops. This is a very unique product. I'm sure you guys have heard about it, but if you haven't, basically what you do is just add this to foundation. It comes in like a little squeezy thing here, but it's so messy. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But basically what you do is you add these drops to an oil, to a moisturizer, to a foundation that you like, to a tinted moisturizer, or you can even use them alone. I don't think that they recommend that you use them alone because it's pure pigment, but I use mine alone and I really like it. What I like to do a lot is use the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and then I will spot foundation or spot conceal with the CoverFX drops. So anywhere I need a little bit more coverage, which is usually right in this area, I'll add just a tiny bit of this, kind of like a half a drop of it, right to this area, and it gives so much more coverage and looks really great. This is just a great like multitasking foundation type item, and I will definitely keep this in my collection because I love them. So if you get this in a lighter or darker shade than your actual foundation color, you can use this to mix in with a foundation that you like to make it darker or lighter. So I just think this is a great multitasking kind of, I don't know what you would call it, product. I guess just a multitasking product, and I think it's really, really good. I will say though, if you do have drier skin, I would definitely recommend using this with more of a luminous or a moisturizing product because these alone can be a little drying. Alright, so now let's move on to this little container here. The first one I have is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Foundation. I really like this foundation. It's super full coverage and looks absolutely beautiful in pictures and on camera. So I will always have one of these. I will say a little goes a long way. If you put too much of this on, it can get cake face pretty quick. But I love this foundation for days. I want to be like full on glam, like flawless face. This is a great foundation for that. And the shade that I have is 2-in-1 Desert Beige. I have 2 drugstore foundations right here. I have the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25 Hour with Comfort Serum Foundation in the shade 200 Soft Beige. This is my perfect color foundation, and that's why I think I love this one so much, because the color could not be more spot on. I honestly don't even think that I could color match my skin as best as this foundation does. It matches me absolutely perfectly and just looks so beautiful when I wear it. So I really like this foundation. It's from the drugstore, gives a beautiful satin, natural, almost luminous finish to my skin, and I just really like it. So I will definitely be keeping that one. Other one is also a really great drugstore foundation. This is the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 foundation. It's supposed to be a concealer, foundation, and primer mixed in one bottle. It does a great job of giving you a very nice medium to full coverage, depending on how you apply it. And I just think it's really great. I actually used to use this all the time when I first got it, and I really liked it. This one's getting pretty old though, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass it on. And I think if you're someone with oily skin, you would really like this one too. This next one is the NARS Sheer Glow in the shade Light 6. And I bought this a long time ago too. I was never impressed with it. I really tried to make it work for my skin. It was just so sheer that it just did nothing for my discoloration and just the flaws that I had on my skin. So I've never really liked it. Plus I broke out like crazy with this foundation. I got little bumps of Mila all over my face. So I don't even know why I kept it. I guess I kept thinking that maybe this wasn't breaking me out and something else was, or I could make it work for me. I don't really know what I was thinking, but yeah, just never a fan of this. Let me know if you guys like it and if you got it to work for you, but just not a fan. And I don't even think I'm gonna pass this on. I'm just going to trash it because it is super old and nobody needs to put this on their face. I also have 2 more of the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus. I love this foundation. I didn't read the shades off to you guys that I have, but I use 30, 35, and 40, depending if I'm self-tan or if I'm a little bit more pale, and I also like to mix them together. So I make sure to always have a couple different shades on hand because it is my favorite foundation. This next one definitely has to be my favorite drugstore foundation. I love this foundation for the springtime. This is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. It is a very luminous foundation. So if you are someone with oily skin, I would just write this foundation off your book right now. But if you have dry skin and you just like a very luminous, glowy, healthy looking foundation look, I would definitely recommend this. I love it. It doesn't wear the longest, but the finish that it gives on your skin is just radiant and beautiful, and I love it. But it does have to be set, just FYI on that. It will transfer like crazy, and I feel like this just never sets on my face, but it's a beautiful foundation for that glowy, like J-Lo kind of look. So love it, and the shade that I wear is W5 Sand Beige. Then I have the Sephora, what is this called? Instant Blend Pigment Technology? No, it's called Perfection Mist Airbrush Foundation. And I've actually only used this one time, and it was very dark for me, which is surprising because here on the tube it looks very light, like a lot lighter than me. But when you spray it out, it's very dark and it actually has a little bit of an orange tint. But I bought it because there were amazing reviews on Sephora.com. So I am going to give it another try. I'm thinking I may need a different shade, but maybe if I'm self-tan, this would work for me. Let me know if you guys have tried it and what your thoughts are. I'm definitely excited to play around with it, and I'm glad that I found it in here because I need to put it out and use it. So if you guys would be interested in a review or anything on this foundation, let me know for sure. This next foundation I've actually had for months, and I have never mentioned it to you guys because I'm so bummed out about it. This is the EX1 Invisiwear foundation. I've heard so many people talk about this and love it for obvious reasons. It gives the most beautiful finish on the skin. It evens everything out so flawlessly. It wears a good amount of time, and the color selection, if you have olive in your skin, is just perfection. I love the color of this. I love the wear of it. I love the look of it, but it breaks me out like no other. I don't even go a full day and I'm already popping up with little Mila all over my face. If you're wondering what that is, it's like little bitty kind of clear bumps that pop up everywhere. And so for that reason, I'm super bummed about it. I've tried to wear it so many different times thinking that this wasn't causing it, and it just is. This is the shade F200. Beautiful foundation. If you don't have sensitive skin, I would definitely recommend it to you because it's flawless. It's beautiful. Love it, but I don't love it. I'm really bummed about it. I want to keep it just because I like it, but who wants to keep a foundation that they break out with? And then the final one in this little container is the Dior Skin Star Foundation. I love this foundation. If you're looking for a really nice high-end foundation, this one I would recommend to you. It's beautiful. It is $50, but it is beautiful. It looks amazing on camera. It's a beautiful medium to full coverage. It lasts throughout the day, and it just honestly makes your skin look airbrushed. It's fabulous. It is a little bit more pricey, obviously it's Christian Dior, but it is beautiful. The only reason why I haven't been wearing it recently is because it is a little bit too light for me. I have the shade 20, and I probably need like a half a shade to a shade darker right now. Other than that, it really is a beautiful foundation, and I'm gonna bring it back out because I need to use it. Now we are moving on to this little container of foundations, and I have some tinted moisturizers in here. So I will talk about those first. So the first four that I have in here are the Josie Maron Argan Tinted Moisturizer, and I actually got this sent to me as PR. And I'm like 50-50 on this. It is a very thicker consistency, and it doesn't give a whole lot of coverage. So if you're someone that like has to wear makeup to the gym or something like that, I feel like this would be a great product for that. It has SPF of 30. It just makes your skin look very healthy looking. This isn't a product that I would wear with other makeup, but that is me personally, because if I'm gonna wear like full-on foundation and all of that, like I want there to be coverage. Like I'm not just gonna buy a foundation to have no coverage, but that's just me personally. I know not everyone likes that. I know some people just like to have very light coverage and apply their makeup over top, and I feel like this would be a great product for that. I have heard people say it's a little too thick for them. So I'm 50-50 about it. I feel like I used to like this a lot more before I discovered the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Color Correcting Full Coverage Cream. I'm smitten over this stuff. It is so good. It's so good for your skin. It looks beautiful. It's full coverage. And I just can't say enough good things. Like I really like this. I'm in the shade light and it matches me perfectly. It has the right amount of, this is gonna be kind of scary to say, but it almost has like a gray tone to it, which just makes my skin look so good. That's probably not the right term. Maybe it's green. It's green, I think, that's in it. I don't know what's in it, but it's so pretty. I actually got the Josie Maron one right when like tinted moisturizers like were in their prime. So I really did like this at that point. But now I'm just kind of like, no thank you. I'd rather have this like times 100. So yeah, love the IT Cosmetics CC Cream, amazing. If you guys honestly haven't tried it, you have to. And it's perfect for maturing or dry skin for sure. I feel like I'm losing my voice. I'm talking so much, so fast. This next one is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. Never a fan of this. Didn't really like the coverage of it. Obviously, I know it's a tinted moisturizer and you're not supposed to get like a lot of coverage out of it. I really just didn't feel like this did anything for me, so I'm gonna throw it away. It's probably like decaying inside now, so nobody even needs this, but probably wouldn't recommend this to you guys either. And then I have one little drugstore foundation hanging out in there. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. Really good foundation from the drugstore. I actually have a lot of really good foundations from the drugstore. This is definitely a natural matte foundation. Gives great amount of coverage, lasts all day long, and just makes your skin very even and flawless. So I really like this one. I just have 2 more foundations to show you guys, so I'm gonna hurry up because my battery is almost dead. The last drugstore foundation is the L'Oreal True Match Original Foundation. I feel like this is a great drugstore comparison to the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus. It's kind of that similar, not luminous, not matte, but just that perfect satin finish. I wore this on my wedding day and it was beautiful in pictures. It does have SPF of 17 in it, and there's tons of colors to choose from. So no matter what your skin tone, I feel like you would find your color in this foundation, and I just feel like it's a really great drugstore foundation. Not to mention I have 5 different shades in this foundation. I love them. I mix them all year long. Definitely a foundation that I will have in my collection for a very long time. And then my final foundation is the Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation. And I bought this, I believe, last year. I've used tons of it. It's like down to there. It's a great foundation if you want a lighter coverage. This isn't going to give you like full coverage. It's more like light to medium. It can build up a little bit. You can continue to like layer this foundation. It's not gonna be cakey, but it's never going to achieve that like full coverage. But it's a great foundation for the summertime, I think. So I really liked this. I think I'll definitely keep it and play around with it more this spring and summer. It's definitely a step up from a tinted moisturizer in my opinion as far as like a foundation effect goes. So I will definitely keep this. I like it. If you're someone that has really good skin, like doesn't have acne or discoloration or anything that you need to hide, this would be a great foundation just to even out your skin. So those are all of my current foundations that I have in my collection right now. I'm definitely going to be passing some of these on, like I mentioned throughout the video, and pulling some more out to use up. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I made it through without completely losing my voice. It's starting to get a little hoarse now, so I'm glad I made it through all of these. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to let me know if you guys want me to go through like blushes or bronzers or anything like that. And let me know your favorite foundations in the comments below. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.